Hey guys, I'm back. If you're new, my name is Ashley McGrew. I make storytime videos and some little vlogs with my kids sometimes. If you are seeing this, good morning. It should be morning because I should be uploading on a schedule for the next couple months. I put a post up on Instagram letting you guys know what my upload schedule is going to look like for this month of July. It should be July 9th, somewhere around 10 in the morning when you are seeing this. If not, make sure to call me out in the comments. So yeah, schedule should look something like 3 storytime videos in a month and possibly a little vlog or something with my kids thrown in there on a Saturday sometime in that month. I plan to keep this schedule consistent up until sometime before the holidays, probably around October, November time. If you are excited for that, give this video a thumbs up already. And let's get into this story.
It feels like I'm skydiving when I text you. Rose petals on the floor outside your bedroom. Sunshine whenever you smile.
This is going to be the story of me losing my virginity. It's kind of an inside joke, sort of. Not going to be so inside anymore. Story of losing my math book, or my V card, or my virginity, okay? I was a freshman in high school. This guy I was kind of debating whether or not I was going to say that or not, but what the hell. I was a freshman in high school. This guy was older than me. We had a class together. We had math together. I actually started out the year in geometry because I did Algebra 2 in 8th grade. And yeah, I flunked out of geometry the very first semester, so they kicked me back down to Algebra 2. And this was right around the time in California when like the law was changing and you were supposed to do geometry before Algebra 2. But I did Algebra 2 in 8th grade, so then I did Algebra 2 again my freshman year, and then my sophomore year I ended up doing geometry. Anyways, trying to avoid this story a little bit. So, second semester of my freshman year, I started this Algebra 2 class, and this older guy sat next to me in this class, and we kind of flirted a little bit. Would like work together on some things. We exchanged numbers at one point. It's kind of weird. Like, I had my phone, but I didn't have my phone. I was grounded from my phone a lot, so I would use a friend of mine's phone during school. And like when we would hang out after school and like on weekends and stuff, and I would like text him, and I somehow told him I liked him and he liked me, and we got into talking about sex, and I had told him that I was a virgin and that I didn't want to be a virgin. I was very curious about sex. I was very sexual early on, kind of. So yeah, I was just curious and I didn't want to wait. I just wanted to experience it. I wanted to do it. And we arranged to do that. I tried asking him how many people he had been with, and he responded with a lot. So, I mean, and he didn't really seem to care that I was a virgin or not. Like, it excited him. So, yeah. Later on, he tried to say he didn't know that I was a virgin and all this stuff. It ended up being like this big thing. I lied about some shit in the end, and kind of like put a staple in his name and reputation there for a bit. But anyways, we arranged to have sex, to have him take my virginity, basically. We talked about it in detail, like things we would do and how it would go and things like that. So it made me feel kind of comfortable with it, I guess. Him as a person did make me feel comfortable. like at all. The act itself was kind of awkward for me, at least. It kind of hurt. And yeah, I know I bled a little bit. And yeah. But how it happened, where it happened, was we had planned it was a Christmas break or Thanksgiving break or some shit. And he lived not that far from a friend of mine, about maybe a 5-minute drive away from my house, but about a 10-minute walk from his house to my friend's house, right? Okay. So this was like a day before the day of like the break starting. So it was like a Friday, and then like, you know, that next week we had off or whatever. So we had planned for me to ride the bus with him to get off at his stop and then go and walk to my friend's house after. So we rode the bus. We did not, did we? I don't even remember. That's terrible. I can't recall if we sat together on the bus or not. I want to say we did, but then again, I want to say we didn't. I want to say like I sat behind him like a couple rows, and he was just like, you know, when you see me get up, like get up and get off and just like act like it's nothing so the bus driver doesn't ask any questions, right? Wasn't an issue because I was able to get off the bus stop with him. And we walked up the steep ass hill to his house and did what we did, and I had an orange afterwards, and we did use protection, and he had me take it with me, gross, in a bag when I left, because he lived with his parents and siblings and stuff. So yeah, that was that. That was how I lost my virginity. It was planned. It was not with anybody special. It was not with a boyfriend. It was not anybody long term. Nor did it ever happen again with that person. So I wanted to, and I did, and I didn't choose the best person to do it with. However, it gave me somewhat of an experience. And if I could go back, I probably would. However, the people that I was with later on, I don't know if I would have been necessarily ready or prepared for that situation and or relationship if I didn't already have the experience. You know, like if I wouldn't have ever gone into those situations or been in those situations if I was still virgin. You know what I mean? So everything happens for a reason. I don't regret it. I try not to regret any of the decisions that I make. However, looking back, it could have gone differently, and it probably should have gone differently. However, that's just what it was. That was the choice that I made. I'm sure that it could have been a lot more special, and I would probably have a better outlook on sex in general when it comes to relationships and actually being like intimate, you know, if I didn't start out that way. However, you learn from every experience you go through, you know what I mean? This isn't out here to encourage people to just go out and do it, you know, if you want to do it. But if that's what you want to do, that's what you're going to do. I'm not here to judge you for it or not. I hope you're not judging me for it or not, just because, you know, it's who I am. It's what's made me who I am and how I am, and there's a reason for it. So again, I'm not here to judge you. If you're judging me, that's fine. By all means, you're still watching it. You're still watching the video. You still stayed at least this long, you know what I mean? I'm here to just give my experience, the things that I've been through, what I've learned from it, and, you know, hear other people's experiences too, because be surprised how many other people have been through some of the similar shit that you have. Moral of the story, moral of any of my stories really, is do what you think is right, do what you want to do. As long as it's not hurting you or anybody else, I don't see why you shouldn't be able to make choices for you, whether they are beneficial in that moment or in the future or not. Experience life. It's fucking short. And that's where I'm going to end this video. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have any thoughts or feedback, comments, want to start a conversation, drop some stuff in the comments. I will be responding to people. Any and every comment thus far I have tried to respond to, or, you know, throw it a like back or something. So start a conversation. Let's talk about something. I'm ready. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye.